Alright, we're going to do a dye job on Swamp Thing. So this is the Platinum Swamp Thing. As you can see, I took it apart, hot water, made a bowl, stuck it in a microwave, gave it 4 to 5 minutes, soaked him, started pulling him apart. As you can see, I'm going to take some dishwashing soap and hot water. I want to scrub him really good, get all the oil and residue off of it, and I'll be back in a minute. Alright, we mixed up dishwashing liquid, stirred it up, got the old trusty toothbrush out to use. Let's take an arm. I'm going to take this arm here. You can see, I'm going to drop it down in there. Arm. The bowl's big enough we can do several pieces at a time to let them get hot. Real good. Can't leave. Gotta be careful. If you leave it too long in too hot of water, you'll mess everything up. You mess your figure up. You'll melt it, warp it, all kinds of other good stuff. So I'm going to adjust this camera for right now. Alright. Just get a piece out. Start with this one. Scrub it good. Also, they make some paint stripper products for fabric. If you want to use that, you can throw that on it. It works actually pretty good. It pulls the oil off of it, but you got to be careful because you can actually really damage the plastic that way. So, going to, got this one scrubbed, set it off to the side. Now, let's pull out another piece. Let's get this here out, this rubber, so it don't mess up. Let's get this one. Yeah, scrub it really good. Yeah, the factory really leaves a lot of oil on them. Back down, scrub it again. This one really, you could actually feel the oil bad. Okay, that one's out. Which is the next one we got here. Let's go with another shutter ring. Yeah, let's scrub this one out. Even though some of these parts won't never be seen, they still need to be scrubbed really well. They need to soak. And after I do this, I'm actually going to drop them back in and soak them again. So, anyways, y'all bear with me as I do this. Drop it back in. Let's get some more. Stir it up. Keep this soapy. Make sure you always get soap on the brush. Cannot express enough. Soap stays on that brush. Rinse this up brush again. do a leg. Alright, legs and arms are the tricky ones because of the little rubber pieces. I don't want to peel all of that off. So there's going to be places that I really can't get to. But we're going to soak it enough to where we can. See, I would have to actually peel that off to get into that. And we're not going to do that. We don't want to peel this. Some more soap. More soap. See how it lathers up? Getting soap all over it. Yep, that's what you want to do. That's what we're after. You turn on some better lighting. There we go. Maybe y'all can see better that way. It's really nice. Hopefully this comes out the way we want it to. Bought 2 different types of dye today. I got a black and a green, so I'm hoping that will really sufficiently do what we want to. The last Swamp Thing I painted had gray bleeding through in spots because I left the figure completely together. Well, not completely together, but I didn't take it apart and dye it. I took some parts of it apart. That was it. So this, we're going to scrub it, dye it, and see what happens. Hopefully we get the results we're after. Oh, swamp head. Let's do the swamp head. Let's get the head in here real quick. Yeah, there we go. Scrub that real good. Get as much of it as you possibly can up inside that nose cavity. Really good. Yeah. And anybody watching this, when you watch it, if you see something that you know of that works, please drop it in the comments, let everybody know, because I would really like to know your techniques as well. Everything. Knowledge is power. The more knowledge we have, the more powerful we become. I definitely believe in that. So we're doing good. Scrub, 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 scrub. Once I dye this, then I'll paint it. And then I'll show y'all the tutorial when I paint. When I go to painting, I'll break down each one. So I bought a new airbrush I'm going to try out. I've never airbrushed before, so you have to bear with me. And I got to pull this part out real quick. There we go. Yeah. Like I said, hot water, she comes apart easy. I don't know if y'all really take a lot of effort and time, but time is one thing that That's all we got. You know, you have everything in the world, but nothing matters without time. So just take your time and enjoy yourself. I mean, you never know. Pull hands off, drop it down. Actually, I'm going to do that one. I don't feel like taking the pins out, but if anybody wants to, it's really not that hard. You just why it's hot. You see the pin here. You can see it right there. All you do is basically you just get it hot like we did, and you take something small and you find your pinhole and you push the pin out. As you can see, Swamp Thing, the pins are right inside of here. Up and underneath there is the pin. So I would take that and I would push it out. It would come out this side, and then it would let me take the joint apart on the elbow, so we could take the arm completely apart. But when we're dyeing it, we don't really need to go into all of that, because the dye will take care of the pin. We just need to make sure we scrub it good. I'll leave that one in there for a while. There's the hand again. And you can remold the fingers when they're hot. Like say you got a figure that you want to change the grip. You don't like it. I notice a lot of the figures for McFarlane have trigger fingers. Why does Superman need a trigger finger? He doesn't. So if you heat him, get it hot enough, you can remold the finger. And to get it to set really quick, once it's hot and molded, you pop it in the freezer, and it'll freeze it up and make it hard and stiff. Pull the leg off. Boom, we got a foot out now. So I took the foot out. There's the pin. See the pin's in the knee. You push those pins out, and that thing comes apart. It's really easy to do. It's not that hard. So, you know, maybe some of y'all might want to do that, which would be cool. I really would like to see some of y'all's work, some of your customs would be cool. I've got a few customs I've done. I've got a Swamp Thing. I've got a demon that I done out of like 5 different figures. I'm working on so many different ones. Sometimes I get confused on which ones I'm working on, and I just leave them and have to come back to them months later. But for you guys, we're going to do this one straight through. We're going to work on this tonight, and then tomorrow we'll dye it and see what happens. Hopefully everything comes out the way we want it to. I've seen some tutorials people done with dye. It didn't come out. It didn't work, and it's because they didn't do this. If you go to dye a figure, that figure don't take the dye. It's because it's full of residue, oil residues from the factory. So watch out for that. That is a problem. It's actually a major problem. Bend the knee. Scrub that joint. Because we want that knee to take too. See? Yeah. Put that one back in because I'm going to pull it apart. See if there's any there. Oh yeah, look how easy that popped out. See that? Like I said, they come apart so easy. So easy. upper elbow. If we really need to take it apart, once it's hot, you can actually pull it apart. My hands are a little bit, after surgery, I don't have a lot of grip, so I've had problems with my grip. Had my wrists, both wrists were fused together. You see scars there, so sorry about that if it seems like I ain't being able to do what I said. I can. It just requires me holding things in my hand like towels. I can put one towel here, and I'll pull it apart. That's how most of it came apart, actually. So please just overlook the fact that I have that problem in my hands. What we got going on? Entertain yourself if you have to. I entertain myself all the time. Sometimes crazy talking shit. Sometimes I hum and sing. Carry on. I'm just glad nobody sees me when I'm cooking. I love to cook, but cooking makes me want to dance. Get carried away a lot. So, get up inside the elbow. Right there. There we go. Need some more soap. See, look at that. See how soapy? That's what you want. Okay, we got a foot here. That was fun. I just splashed water everywhere. You have to give me a second. Yeah, I'm cleaning up some. I'm back. Apparently I didn't let that part soak long enough, and when I pulled it apart, I had my hands too low, hit the bowl, splashed water everywhere, so I had to stop and clean it. But anyways, y'all get the drift of what I'm doing. So we're scrubbing swampy, 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 swampy. But then again, I was always told, if you don't make a mess doing something, then you never did do anything to begin with. So, we made a mess. We done good. No, I ain't pulling the joints out of the foot itself. We'll leave that in there. Because the dye, like I said, takes care of the problems of the joints. And then everything else. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Scrub, 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 scrub. That's all we do. Scrub, scrub, scrub. Make a mess. That's what I do. My wife would kill me right now. Making messes like this all over the fucking place. But oh well, that's life. Yep. Here. Yep. It's funny. Alright, bend the knee. Remember how I said bend that knee? Bend that knee. Bend the knee. Go back into it. Yeah. We're down to just a few pieces. Some of them's already been scrubbed, or scrubbing them again. So, anyways, what's everybody's favorite DC character? That's a good question. Being that this is a DC character, what's everybody's favorite? So, if anybody wants to share that, please leave that in your comments. Me, myself, DC has so many good ones. You know, I mean, I like the Flash, I like Green Lantern. You know, Batman's the man. He's the most realistic superhero that you would ever come across, because the only thing that makes him a superhero is the fact he's rich and can afford all kinds of killer toys. But other than that, I mean, who could really say who's the best, you know? There's so many different ones. They all have a weakness. They all have their strengths. I mean, Superman's way overpowered. And he's still not the strongest. Crossover series with Marvel and DC, those are really good. You know, but there's just, like I said, there's so many good characters, good figures out there to fool with in this, to do this. Marvel, don't know, ain't never ran across a Marvel figure that was not painted, so I don't know if they do them, but if they did, you know, that would be pretty cool. I'm saving the worst one for last, just to let y'all know. Little pieces like this, you know, even though it ain't really that important, still a piece. So put it back in there. Now let's do this. Scrub the hell out of it. Scrub it like there's no tomorrow. So that's what we do. Watch out every time you do this. I mean, honestly, don't make a mess like I did. Because, as you've seen, I made a big mess. I mean, there's still water down in the floor. I haven't got to. It's in between the stove over here. Water went up inside the cabinet. I mean, it went everywhere. So, that leaves us to cleaning. So after I do this and turn this video off, after I get done scrubbing, I will go back to cleaning my mess. Now, anybody out there remembers the original Swamp Thing movie from back in the 80s, when he told the woman he was in love with about the swamp flower, the swamp rose. If anybody remembers that, then they would know. Remember that was pink, and that's what these are. These are the swamp rose. You can see them right there. There's 3 of them together there, and there's one here, and they're in a couple other spots on him. You just gotta be careful and watch for them. So, you know, that's basically about it, really. Ain't a whole lot of anything else. But scrubbing the oil residue off is extremely important. Because if not, like I said, the dye won't take, and then your figure will not look good. It leaves you upset, frustrated, trying to figure out what went wrong. You'd be mad at the people telling you how to dye. All because you made a mistake. So don't make that mistake. Alright. Now, we got the bowl of water. We're going to put all parts back in it. Let them soak again. And we just soak one more time. Once everything completely soaks up. We're going to leave that for about another 5 minutes, maybe 10 tops. We'll come back, scrub it one more time, and then rinse them off, and it should be good to go. So, and anybody thinking, oh, well, you just put it back down, the oil residue. No, that's what grease is, or the grease cutter inside this soap. Remember that. Dishwashing liquid has grease cutter. So it will cut the oil off. And we'll be back in a little bit. Alright, we're back. This is the final scrub. Like I said, I'd scrub them one more time after I let it soak for 10 minutes. Actually, I think I ended up letting it soak for like 15 minutes to 20. Water's pretty cool. Or not cool, but it's warm, not hot. So that's good. It means I can put my hands down in it easier. But as you can see, I'm just going to rub it. Scrub, 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 dub, dub. Entertain yourself, might as well. Why the hell not? Ain't nothing else to do. Swampy, swampy, swampy. It feels pretty good. You don't feel like it did earlier. Earlier, you can actually feel the oil. When you rub on the fingers, you can actually feel them. So then you'll know what I'm talking about. You feel the difference, how sleek it is to how... well, you just had to feel it. It's really not a easy thing. Or actually, it is a fairly easy thing, to be honest with you. Get everything really good. Don't have to go all out this time on it like we did last time. The first time is the most important part. You scrub the hell out of it the first time. The rest of it, like I said, you just, second time around, we're just going to scrub it a little bit, dip it, be done with it. You might see me skip a couple of things here and there. Just because I scrubbed them really good. So I'm really not too concerned. But these pieces like this, you know, these are really important to get. The Swamp Thing's such a great figure. I wish I would have done my first one this way. But live and learn, you know. That's what they say. We live and learn. So every day we learn something new. I love learning. I do. Wished I would have had that ambition to learn at an early age. But early in life, you know, when I was a kid, didn't really care about learning. Because once I learned something, I'd get bored with it. Didn't want to do it no more. You know, it's like math. Learn something about math. That's all I need to do with that. Why should I have to do the same thing for 3 weeks? You know, it's ridiculous. And, you know, I'm not going to college, you know. So what's up with having to take all these bullshit basic classes like math and English? I mean, unless you're majoring in something that requires that, you shouldn't be forced to take it. All that is a money racket. It's just ways for them to make money off of people. Because, I mean, seriously, who the hell needs English when you're going into like an electricity? You don't. You know, you should only have to take whatever that course requires. You know, when I went in to college, took electrical engineering. They made me take stupid shit, science classes, English class. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't need literature to learn about circuit breakers and things. It's pointless. I mean, seriously, who the hell needs that? Nobody does. Oh, there came out really nice and soapy. I'm hoping this comes out really, really good. Like I said, you know, I had never done it before. This will be my first one. But everybody I've ever seen who was successful talked about how important it was to get the oil off of the figures. And I know that from just repainting them without a dye, how important it is to do this and get the oil off. So I tend to make sure every time I paint one to scrub it with hot water and soap. Can't do it enough. Can't get it enough. You know. I don't know if I want to do this with brushes or I want to try the airbrush. You know, part of me really wants to do the airbrush thing, but then parts of me is actually scared of the airbrush from ever having to do with it before. I don't know how I'm going to get to those little tiny small pieces, which I bought a whole bunch of nice neat little things. Yeah, I bought a magnifying goggles to wear with lights and everything to go in it for doing this kind of stuff. So, you know, I mean, you don't have to do that. Nobody has to go all out, which I didn't go all out. I just bought a couple of things, which I've always wanted one anyways. I'm a nerd. I know. Can't help myself. I like nerdy things. But people who know me also know that, you know, I was a jock. Lettered in sports. You know, every sports school offered, I was there. I was a dumbass though. Thought I was better than most people. Didn't want to listen. And the only thing it ended up doing, honestly, was hurt myself. So, anybody that's still in school watching this, I suggest stay in school. Listen. Learn. I know it seems like a lot of people don't know what's going on, but listen to your parents. Listen to your guardian. You know, listen to the teachers. Figure things out. Become better than what we are. As a parent, I always tell my kids, I want my kids to be better than me at everything. I want them to grow up a better person. I want them to love better than I did. I want them to treat each other with respect. Because honestly, all we got in this world is each other. You know, time and each other. This world is ours to live in and ours to do as we please. As long as it doesn't hurt others. Some people have religion, some have science, some just have yourself. Me, myself, I believe, I got my beliefs. I don't want to go into that, you know, because people didn't come here for that, so, but I do believe, I mean, who wouldn't believe? There's got to be something out there that's created everything. Stuff just don't happen by itself, but I also believe in science. I mean, it takes a fool not to believe in science. And there's old saying, Mama didn't raise no fool. Yeah, my mama didn't raise no fools, right? So we're almost done to a swamp thing here. So I hope y'all really are enjoying this tutorial. I know I'll be editing a lot of this out, making it shorter, so that way it's one consecutive video. Because I know a lot of people ain't going to want to sit here and watch something for an hour. But I'll also have the full video in case somebody does want to watch the full thing. And that is all the Swamp Thing. He is officially completely washed. So we're going to empty this bowl out real quick and put some regular water in it. And we're going to rinse Swamp Thing. Okay, we are back with the Swamp Thing. Alright, we got hot water. It's just hot water out of the sink, so nothing major and crazy. I'm going to drop all these pieces in here. As you can see, I got it shoved over to the side, so that way you can see what I do after I soak everything and rinse it off really good. So everything is in here and rinsing. And just in case y'all run into this, yes, it does have these little ridges on it. Yep, Swamp Thing has herpes. As you can see on his nut, little ball right there has herpes on it. Not really, but it's pretty funny. So we're going to get it in there. Yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah, I can feel it now. There's no oil on that. Yeah, that's really, really good. Alright, you see, I'm laying him out. So I can lay all my pieces of my Swamp Thing out. Rinse them off really good. Let's lay Swampy out here. There we go. See, looky here. There we go. Good. So nice. They're extremely nice. These feel really good. You can feel it and tell the difference once you got them cleaned really good. So yeah, I'm really hyped about this. I got a feeling that it's going to take very, very well. So this is really nice. I've got Swamp Thing laid out. And I'm going to empty this water. I don't need it now. A little bit of hot water. Let's pull this over here so y'all can see it. There we go. We got everything laid out. And you gotta let this lay and dry. So what I like to do is I like to personally let it dry for a few hours. What I'll probably do is let it dry overnight, and tomorrow I will dye it. And if I don't dye it tomorrow, I'm going to be back here tonight and do this. Because I'm really excited that this is going on. So like I said, the next thing to do is just, we're going to go at it. Like I said, for now, we're just going to let Swamp Thing dry. I mean, if you're in a hurry and you can't just wait, then you can try blow drying it. But then you got to be careful, because blow drying it can actually cause damage if you overheat it. So the best thing to do is honestly just let it dry. Let it dry on its own. Water will come out. Yeah, a few of them, shake them out. Make sure the water's out of the little sockets that's up inside there. See, if you look, you can actually see all the way through. Down in that hole, there's actually a spot that you can see all the way down in it. I don't know if you can see inside this one. Let's turn the light on. There we go. See that down in there? Yeah, that's this ball socket right there. That's where that goes. That indentation, it don't go all the way completely through, but it really looks cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really happy with how clean he is. Like I said, I don't feel no oil no more. Actually, it feels rough to the touch instead of slick. And that's what you want. You want to be able to feel the roughness. You don't want to just, when you run your finger over it, feel like it slides right through. If your finger still slides real easy and you can't feel the roughness, then you still have oil residue on your finger. Very important to make sure you get that off. I will be back shortly. I'm going to let it dry for about an hour or so and then come back and see how it looks. Alright, back with the Swamp Thing. It's time to do the dye. Got a jug of water, kettle. Gotta make sure we get enough in there. Definitely enough to cover the Swamp Thing. That should be plenty of water. Alright. Turn it on. I'll turn it on. Get it heated up. And we got, if you remember, we scrubbed Swamp Thing. We got him all down. So I bent the parts. You see how they're bent, so that way it makes sure that the dye covers all of the joints. If not, it might not cover the joints, and you will definitely regret that. Same thing with the arms. Bend the arms, or you could take the pins out. I mean, that's up to you, but I really don't feel like it. Thought about it, but no. Yeah, everything here should be good to go. Should cover. Ain't got no problems with anything. Good there. We are going to do green. As you see, I got the synthetic. Had to actually go back because I wasn't paying attention, and I bought the all-purpose. I wasn't looking, and so I went back to Hobby Lobby. Got the synthetic there. Hobby Lobby's got a pretty good price on it, $4.99 versus almost $10 at other places. So yeah, definitely, would definitely try Hobby Lobby. If the green don't work out, we always got the black to go darker, but we're going to try green base and see what happens, and we'll see. Alright, here we are. We got the synthetic dye, Swamp Thing, and we got our hot water. We are bringing the water up to a boil. As you see, it's starting to boil. That's the point where we want to add our dye. Yeah, now we're going to add the dye. Let's see, I got about a half a bottle of dye added to it. See what that does. We'll check the color of it. If it's not dark enough, we'll add more to it. So we'll see how dark that's going to actually make it. Now let's stir it up. There we go. That way it's all in there. Okay. Alright. Alright, now we're going to let that heat up, bring that to a boil, then we're going to reduce the heat, give it a couple of minutes, so that way it's not too hot, and those that start melting the Swamp Thing, then we're going to start adding the Swamp Thing pieces into it. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's go back over it. The arm. Body. Remember what I said about the joints? Make sure you bend your joints. Very important, especially if you have the double joints and stuff like the knees on the legs. Some elbow joints are really important. I mean, you can take the pins out if you want to, but if you don't want to take the pins out, you can do it this way. I'm really concerned about these pieces. I'm not for sure how that's going to take. I worry about that. It's more like a rubbery base, but I'm hoping it takes very nice. So we will see. That's why I wanted to do Swamp Thing before I've done any of the ones that are just straight up hard plastic, because Swamp Thing has so many different types of material. This is going to be a really, really good learning basis for me. Let me know what types of material in certain spots, how they take, and what they don't do. So, live and learn. Alright, here we go. We have reduced the heat down. I'm going to leave it down on low to simmer the pieces. And I'm going to stir it a little more. Try and cool it down just a hair before I start adding things. I don't want to melt nothing. So what I'm going to do, let's see here, I'm going to grab a piece. Let's grab this hard one here. Let's grab this piece and see how dark that's going to be. Really can't see it through here, but I think it's really going to be a nice color for our Swamp Thing base. So let's do that. Give that a minute. See what's going on. Let's see, I need to slowly reduce it. I'm going to go to 280. That way it's got a little bit of a bubble taste. I know you really can't see it, but there's a really nice green color coming out in this. So I think it's going to be really, really good for what I'm after. So yeah, definitely what I'm after is going to be this color. Yeah, you really can't see it. I wish you could. But we'll see it shortly as it starts to take. Uh-oh, I'm going to have to add a little bit more water, it looks like, maybe a little bit more dye too. Alright, let's see here. Shoulder. Make sure you turn these, because if you're not, the dye might not get in there. But if the water's hot enough, it'll soften it up and it should get into the joints. Same thing with the hands. Make sure you try and spin it 2 notches or 3. It doesn't matter, just whatever makes you comfortable. Swamp Thing. Such a great figure. Probably my favorite so far. Definitely is another hand. Like I said, remember, just a couple clicks works out. Just throw some here. Yeah, we're going to need a little bit more water, not much. Okay, we're going to add some water. I got hot water out of the tap. Might be able to just a little bit more. Get a little bit more water on the phone. Yeah, this should do it. This should be fine right here. Do that. Add some dye to it. We add water, so we want to dilute it down. So just add a little bit more dye. And that should do it. Yeah, I think that should be fine. So let's say just a hair green dye for a small project some other time. So I've got roughly 75% of this bottle inside this 1 gallon of water. Okay, we've been at Swamp Thing for 30 minutes, a half hour. Let's pull it out. Here is my Swamp Thing. I know it looks like a bluish color to you, but I promise you this is a really, really nice green. So this Swamp Thing is going to look fantastic. I see a few little spots. So I don't know about how long to leave Swamp Thing. A suggestion. I mean, most people I've seen on here have been leaving them for hours. Figures for an hour or two, but this is taken really nice. Uh-oh. Yep. Let's take care of something first here. We'll leave it for about another 20 minutes. Alright, it is time. I'm going to take Swamp Thing out. I have achieved the color that I wanted. I mean, everybody has their own colors, but like I said, this one here works out really nice. I know it sort of looks like it's got a bluish color, but trust me, it's not. It's green. It's actually a wild looking green. It's just the way the light's in it, so the camera won't show it that way. So I'm going to get it all out, set it out here, rinse it off, and go and see what happens when we put it all together. And we'll see what Swamp Thing looks like before it gets painted. So this is our base. Really, really happy with this base. Very, very nice. Pieces everywhere, everywhere. Let's see. We have body, torso, diaper, hand, shoulder, foot, 2 shoulders, check. Shoulder circle, 2 hands, 2 feet, bottom torso, 2 arms, 1 leg, 1 head. So we're still missing a few pieces here. Alright, we have 2 legs. Now we have both legs out. What are we missing? 2 shoulders, 2 arms, torso. Looks like the head peg is the last thing. It's the smallest thing in this thing. So I'm gonna go fishing. I'll be back. Alright. And there we go. There's some gray. Like I said, gotta scrub it. There's spots that I missed with the toothbrush. You can see a little bit right there, but those are, I can touch that up. That's not a problem. I mean, overall, I don't have to paint the whole entire figure. And you see the different shades of the green in several different spots. I mean, that's really, really nice. I like the way this came out. Really happy with it. Amazing looking. Really nice. And we will let it dry and assemble it, and when it's all together I will show you what it looks like before paint, and then I will post pictures and videos as I paint it. Alright, here we are. Swamp Thing is together in pieces. There it is. fantastic looking. Get a little closer so you can actually see how green he is. Turn the light on. Gives you an idea of the green. There you go, now you can see it better. See, it's actually green. It's just the way the light hits it makes it look totally different. Fantastic looking figure. You see what I was talking about spots that you miss when you're scrubbing. But we're going to paint those anyways. So, absolutely fantastic looking. Comes out looking so amazing. This is peacock green. And the next tutorial will be when I heat him up. Oh wait, look. See, there's one of the spots where I guess I didn't scrub it and I didn't have the joint turned enough to expose it. You actually, when you wear gloves and as you're doing it, just keep bending, pulling the figure, parts of the figure out and bend your joints. So every time you stir it, about every 10 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever makes you feel comfortable, just bend a joint in a different direction and put it in there. Drop it back down. But this is it, and the next one will be me taking him apart and painting him. And I hope y'all enjoyed it, and you see the Swamp Thing on his new adventure.